Welcome back to Time Roast with Ancient Legends. Today we've got a guest so legendary he started a revolution, became the first US president, and still somehow kept his wig whiter than Colgate toothpaste. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for George Washington!
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. I fought the British for freedom, but tonight, I'm fighting your jokes.
All right, George, time for the hilarious segment. Let's see if the father of a nation can handle the father of bad jokes. George, what was harder, crossing the Delaware River or crossing your neighbor's Wi-Fi password today?
Crossing the Delaware was easy, but crossing a Wi-Fi password? Impossible, especially when it's something like King George 123.
People say you never told a lie. Is that true or just America's first PR stunt?
Let's be honest. I said I never told a lie. That was the lie.
Be real, George. Did you really have wooden teeth, or were you just ahead of the eco-friendly movement?
Yes, my teeth were wooden. On the bright side, at least I never worried about termites in the Constitution.
If TikTok existed back then, what would your username be?
At General George 420, because freedom was lit.
Imagine you, Hamilton, and Jefferson starting a boy band. What's the name?
Easy. Founding Beats. First single, Drop It Like It's 1776.
How do you feel about being on Money?
It's flattering. But honestly, I'd prefer royalties. My face has been working overtime without pay for 200 years.
Now it's time for the critical segment. Sorry, George, but no wig can protect you from tough questions. Be honest. Did you ever regret becoming president?
At times, yes. Leading an army was tough, but leading politicians, that's war without end.
You warned about political parties, yet America ignored you. How mad are you on a scale of 1 to Revolutionary War?
I'm at a full Boston Tea Party level of mad.
People idolize you, but surely you had flaws. What's your biggest regret?
Not inventing air conditioning. Those powdered wigs were hot.
Did you ever think democracy would turn into memes and Twitter wars?
No. I envisioned debates of intellect, not hashtags and cat filters.
Some say you were too formal. Why no sense of humor in painting?
Try smiling when you're sitting still for 8 hours. My face went numb.
George, last question of this segment. If you could rewrite one law in modern America, what would it be?
Mandatory history lessons before commenting on YouTube.
Now we're in the analytics segment. Time to flex that founding father brain of yours. George, first question of the analytics segment. What made you believe ordinary people could govern themselves?
Because I believed freedom tastes better when you cook it yourself, not when a king delivers it cold.
You stepped down after 2 terms. Why?
Because I didn't want to become America's king. Plus, retirement sounded better than more paperwork.
How do you compare revolution strategies to modern business strategies?
Simple. Adapt or perish. Musk launches rockets. I launched ambushes. Same mindset.
What role did teamwork play in your success?
Without my generals, I'd just be a guy yelling at redcoats in the woods. How does teamwork play in your success?
How would you rate America's current leadership skills?
Let's just say, if Congress was crossing the Delaware, half would still be arguing over who gets the front seat.
Sir, last question of this segment. Sir, if you were alive today, what job would you take?
Probably CEO of a startup. Or maybe the guy on Shark Tank who just stares intimidating.
All right, George, time for speculative. gonna toss you into crazy what ifs. Don't lose your way. What if you had Instagram back in 1776?
I'd post a selfie crossing the Delaware. Hashtag no filter. Hashtag revolution vibes.
If aliens landed during the revolution, what would you do?
I'd probably try to recruit them against the British. Imagine laser cannons at Yorktown.
What if America had lost the revolution?
Then I'd probably be Britain's most wanted TikTok star.
Would you run for president in 2025?
Only if wigs come back in style. Otherwise, I'll pass.
If you could pick a modern invention to have in 1776, what would it be?
Drones. Imagine delivering freedom one package at a time.
If you had a podcast yourself, what would you call it?
Spilling the tea with George. But this time, the tea stays in the harbor.
All right, George, let's wrap up with the emotional segment. But don't worry, we'll make it sweet, not sappy. All right, George, first question of the day. What was your proudest moment as president?
Seeing a nation stand on its own 2 feet. Like watching your kid ride a bike. Except the bike had 13 states.
Did you ever doubt freedom was worth the bloodshed?
Yes. But every time I saw a free citizen smile, I knew it was worth it.
What advice would you give young leaders today?
Lead with integrity and keep your tweets shorter than your speeches.
Sir George, what does freedom mean to you?
It means the right to laugh even at your first president.
What legacy do you want to leave behind?
That leadership is service, not power.
Mr. President, last question of the show. If you could send one heartfelt message to modern Americans, what would it be?
Remember, unity is your strength. And maybe drink less tea, more coffee.
And that's it. George Washington just proved he's still the OG founding dad with the best roast in history. If you had fun, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because more legends are lining up for the mic. This is Time Roasts with Ancient Legends, where the past gets loud and history drops the mic. See you next time.
Well, my friends, this has been one revolutionary roast. Thank you, kind host, for inviting me. And to all you watching, don't be a redcoat. Hit that subscribe button. Follow Time Roast with Ancient Legends, or I might just cross the Delaware into your YouTube feed again. Farewell, and God bless America.